How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another review. Today we're going to be reviewing this 2022 Hyundai Sonata N Line. Now before we get into today's review, definitely be sure to leave a like, subscribe, click that bell icon down there to turn on post notifications. Also, I do have to give a quick shout out to Maxon Hyundai on Route 22 West in Union, New Jersey. If you're in like the central Jersey area, I would definitely suggest checking them out if you're interested in a new Hyundai. Getting into today's review, again, we do have a 2022 Hyundai Sonata N Line. This one is actually finished off in the quartz white factory paint color, which I really like. These new Hyundais look really amazing, whether it's the Elantras, the Sonatas, or even like some of their SUVs and trucks. Hyundai's recently really been stepping up their game when it comes to designing their vehicles, and this quartz white factory paint color on this Sonata really does contrast well with the black like exterior accents. Now, mind you, it's not as aggressive or stylish as something like the Elantra N. However, this Sonata definitely still does look pretty damn cool for, I guess, you know, just for being a Hyundai. And this Hyundai Sonata N Line is actually powered by a larger engine than what is found in the Elantra N, with it being a 2.5 liter 4-valve per cylinder, double overhead cam, turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine, making 290 peak horsepower at 5,800 RPMs and 311 peak foot-pounds of torque at 1,650 RPM. So there's definitely a decent amount of low-range power coming from this, you know, 4-cylinder engine. I know a lot of 4-cylinder engines love to make their power up high, but this Sonata definitely does have a decent and nice and even power curve. Now that power is actually delivered through a 8-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, which is exactly the same transmission that is found in that Elantra N. And I know I keep kind of comparing this Sonata to that Elantra N, but that has kind of been the current like flagship of Hyundai, and everyone has been flocking towards that ever since obviously it came out. However, this Sonata N Line is honestly like a really good substitute for someone looking for a little bit more space and practicality with their car. Now, speaking about practicality, this Sonata N Line actually does have decent fuel economy numbers, making right around 23 miles per gallon during city driving and 33 miles per gallon during highway driving, for a combined average of around 27 miles per gallon. So with the crazy price of fuel nowadays, this thing isn't going to be at the pump as much as some of the other kind of V6 or 8-cylinder even competitors. Just accelerating a little bit back there, you do have a pretty great tone coming from the Sonata N Line with the exhaust, as well as you hear some of those turbo noises up front, and with it delivering all that power just at the front two wheels, because it is a front wheel drive car. I actually did get a little bit of a wheel spin and torque steer there, which actually is pretty cool, especially considering that this Sonata is more of like just a regular kind of commuter car. And also the Sonata N Line does still have a drive mode selector. You have a sport mode, sport plus mode, and normal. Right now I am in sport plus, and that actually does go ahead and turn off your, you know, electronic stability control as well as your traction control, and you actually have the little light that kind of pops up as well. But although there's a lot of things that I actually do really love about this new Sonata, there's a couple things that I really don't like, starting off at the 19-inch factory alloy wheels. Now, I don't think that they're terrible. I just think that the design is a little bit quirky and unique, to say the least. However, wrapping those 19-inch alloy wheels are actually 245 by 40 Pirelli P0 tires, which honestly are a pretty good quality tire to just kind of have on this vehicle. Now, moving into the interior, I absolutely love the center touchscreen display that kind of like drapes over the front of the center of the dashboard right here. And then you also have an electronic display right in front of you, which both has like your tach and speedometers. And it actually does change colors to red when you put it in Sport Plus mode, which is, I guess, a little like kind of cool. The one thing I really don't like about the interior are these small like little paddle shifters. And the paddle shifters actually also do kind of move with the wheel, so I haven't really been using them that much. However, before I was using them a little bit, and I don't really like how they're so small and they move with the steering wheel. I like paddle shifters that are actually mounted to the steering column itself rather than the steering wheel where they just kind of move around. And if you're taking corners in any sort of like an aggressive manner, just be mindful of, I guess, your hand placement. I know I kind of complain about this a lot with multiple cars that have this, but I just think it would be so much better if manufacturers just mounted them at like a set position. Now, one thing that I really love about this interior are the seats. The Alcantara / leather N Line seats that come in the Sonata really hold you in nicely. However, they're not uncomfortable. I think they're a pretty good mix of comfort as well as a sport inspired seat that really does kind of hold you in place in some of the corners. But the Alcantara feels very nice. I also really like the red stitching on the side of the seats that also, you know, flow with the red stitching on the steering wheel here, as well as the red stitching on the leather on the door panels. And probably the last thing that I really like about this interior are the door handles. The door handles are honestly, the design is very sleek and it's pretty subtle, but they actually do resemble the taillights a lot. And actually talking about the rear and moving back into like the exterior of the car, that is another thing that I really love about this car is the rear end. Everything from the taillights to the little diffuser that it has, it's not like too much, it's not like in your face, but it is really, really nice. I also love the quad tip exhaust. And honestly, for a 4-cylinder turbo, this thing has a really nice sounding exhaust tone to it as well, whether it's at idle or if it's under load and you're actually like accelerating pretty hard. But that is pretty much all I really want to say about this new Hyundai Sonata N Line today. I am going to be filming a POV driving video with this car, so I'm gonna strap the GoPro on my head, and if you guys want that, definitely be sure to subscribe, because right after this video gets published on the channel, probably the day after, I'm gonna be publishing that POV driving video where you can actually see what I see with this really nice looking interior. But before I leave you guys today, definitely again be sure to go down there, hit the like button, it helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you're new here. I do mainly car reviews, but also automotive news and a bunch of other automotive content on the channel. As well as if you're already subscribed, definitely be sure you have post notifications on, because it really helps me out a lot as a smaller YouTuber. And again, a huge thank you to Maxon, Hyundai, and Mazda on Route 22 West in Union, New Jersey for lending me this Sonata N Line today. But like always, guys, thank you so much for the continued support. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed today's video, click on either of these links right here to watch a similar video from this channel, or click on the little circle link right there to actually subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. I do appreciate all the support, but thank you for sticking to the end of this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day.